I've been thinking a lot about what's important to me and how I can nurture the things that are of importance to me. I think it can get kind of sticky these days because there's so many opportunities to tap in with what others deem to be important. And if you don't have an understanding of what's important to you, like now is the easiest time to kind of get lost in the sauce and, on a pathway towards what somebody else told you was important. And what I've learned, man, like, even in what it is that I come to find to be important, like it comes in seasons. So then there's times where like what I used to thought was important isn't important anymore to me, and giving myself the grace and compassion to have that experience. I think, especially when you talk about like people who come from a culture of like you have to know, you have to have it figured out immediately, because that says what type of man you are, what type of person you are. The process of fumbling and figuring it out as you go, the ability to have a process of continuation and not knowing in the midst of that process, from all the teachers that I've learned from, it seems to me to be the pivotal aspect of anything that is great. Like having that space to be able to fumble and bumble and not being pressured like it's life or death. Coming from a culture where it's get rich or die trying, you have to make it. But what the fuck is making it? Like, my making it has changed 30 times. And I'm sure it'll change some more. And so how can we have this experience of figuring it out, but also be supported in the midst of that experience, not only by our external people, places, and things around us that encourage us to like make mistakes, but like internally, how do we have compassion and understanding for ourselves? And I know for me right now, I'm just in a space of cultivating the tools that allows for me to have that compassion for myself, because whatever I cultivate, I'm able to share with those around me. And whether it be me teaching or me showing up for somebody in my life, or somebody that I come across in the street on happenstance, like having that compassion, that understanding for my process, having grace for myself as I stumble and figure it out has been like key. It's been key. And so I don't even know what this is, but I do want to relay a message that it's okay if you don't have it figured out, and your it is going to change as time goes by, and that's an important element of the process. Allow for it, because it's a whole extra layer when on top of me figuring it out is the suffering that comes from, but I haven't figured it out yet. Like, that's a whole nother level of experience. And so in order for you to get all the good shit that comes from the experience of fumbling and figuring it out and doing it ugly, make sure you throw in a bit of compassion for yourself. That's going to allow you to get the jewels out of this journey in a quicker fashion, but not necessarily prioritizing pace. Just in a fashion that just feels better. A fashion that feels more aligned with who it is that we're becoming. It feels more like a metamorphosis versus like a fucking forcifice. I'm not forcing it. There was this principle in Derek Sivers' book. I forgot what it was called. Love It or something. And I'm quoting somebody who read the book. I haven't even read the book yet, but he was talking about this thing that he discovered where he had this bike and he would ride the bike as fast as he could down this 2-mile path. And then he would look at the time on his watch and, I would say like 45 minutes to do the whole path. And then one day, and he did it every day. And then one day, like pushing the bike, like panting and pushing his limits. And then one day he decided, I'm gonna go ahead and traverse this path, but I'm gonna take it easy. And so he rode the bike, and he looked up in the sky and saw the birds and saw the clouds, and was able to observe his surroundings, and got to the end of the path, and he looked at his watch, and it was like 42 minutes. And it's like, damn, I took my time, and I only, like, when I was pushing myself and huffing and puffing and beating myself up along the pathway, like, I took 45 minutes. When I took it easy and observed and noticed things that I never noticed before, like, it was 42 minutes. Like, and I think the principle was, do the same thing by taking it easy. Like, take your time and get it done. It's gonna get done, but take your time and have patience and have grace, and maybe you'll see some clouds that you didn't see previously. That's it. That's all I got for you.